Muddy River News. Our home, our news.
In the last domestic violence homicide report for the state of Illinois, there was a 110% increase in domestic violence deaths year over year. So the most recent report we have is from 2023. Those reports of homicides are up 110% over the 2022 report. And we've kind of seen this coming for a while. That was the big question, like, post-COVID, what does your landscape look like? And we've been saying, well, it's not necessarily the number of people that we see coming forward for help. It's like the kind of injury and lethality involved in their situation. So it feels much more urgent and serious. Okay, well, now it's the reason that we felt that way is because it was. And so we have the homicide data to kind of show that, that wasn't a thing we were imagining. It really has gotten worse. And so we'll have to, it's like tracking trends over time. Like 1 year of data doesn't mean much. What does it look like when the next report comes out and the report after that? So we can look at a 5 to 10 year trend. But I think that whenever you see, increased substance use, increased poverty, increased mental health issues that go untreated, a housing crisis, all of these things tend to get intertwined in people's lives and make solving any one problem that much harder. Like, someone can flee here for domestic violence and we can provide those services and keep them safe here, but eventually they're going to have to go out back into a home independently. Where are they supposed to go when there's no available homes? And that's, the case for everyone looking for a home in the Quincy market.
When we look out on the front yard here, we see the purple pinwheels and the purple figures. What do they signify?
So the pinwheels, there's a pinwheel for every client that our domestic violence program served in the past year. And then the cutout people silhouettes represent the number of men, women, children, and pets. So that number is like 635, and then we break it down for you by men, women, children, and pets. Actually, the pets aren't included in the 635. That's an extra one.
Yeah, the pets.
Yes, we should talk about pets.
We should.
We should. We have been a pet-friendly shelter since 2014, where we shelter pets on site with their families. This is overall the best thing for many survivors because the pets become at great risk when that survivor leaves. It also really keeps the family cohesion together. If you're bringing children and you're able to bring in that pet, the kids still have their pet. You're trying to introduce as much normalcy as possible to the communal living environment. And so we take pets of all types. They have to be legal to have in the city of Quincy. So we cannot take pigs or goats or any hooved animals. And there's a limit on the number of pets that we could shelter here at once. Just like the same way a residence would follow, you can't have more than five cats and dogs or something like that. And so we've just been going along doing this for the past 11 years, along the way trying to recruit other shelters into following a similar model. But we are really currently the only truly pet-friendly shelter in Illinois that shelters pets with their families. There are a couple other ones I know will do it, but they keep it kind of behind the scenes, so they're not openly advertising it like we are. But it was one of the easier projects to implement that we've ever done. And it turns out that pets cause way less damage in our building than people. So they haven't been that bad. We do have what we call a naughty paws list for maybe pets who've been destructive for things. But it's definitely one of the things I'm most proud of that we do here. Thursday at noon, October 16th, here at 2707, which is our shelter building here on Historic Main. We're having a lunch on the lawn where our agency staff will be present. We're serving a great ham and Swiss, grilled cheese, seasonal soups, and cider. Lunch for anyone who has that noon hour available. In the front, right on our newly rebuilt porch that we're so excited to finally be able to use again. So it's open to all community members. If you want to come and chat, learn more about the organization, and just have some free lunch. There's no need to RSVP or sign up in advance. You can simply come.
Yeah, because you don't have to be directly involved in a domestically violent
No.
situation
No,
to be engaged with QUANADA.
Also, yeah, and also we all know people who are involved in domestic violence situations, and we may or we may not know it at any given time, but when you're dealing with a problem this pervasive, like we talked about earlier, it doesn't discriminate, it's everywhere. There's literally no statistical chance that you don't come in contact with numerous people throughout your lifetime that are impacted by domestic violence.
Muddy River News. Our home, our news.